Welcome everybody to the town board work session of Tuesday, December 4th, 2018. The first thing on the agenda is an IMA for the sewer district.
Right, so we had talked last time about creating an IMA between sewer district number one that was the beneficiary of all the new construction. Between Greeley Sewer District, which is also a beneficiary, but didn't have any construction with it. So this agreement, the board has already seen it. We put it back on the agenda so that we could be set for our so we could be set for our budget. What we did wanna talk about is that we received a substantial grant for sewer district number one.
About a half a mil, was it?
Yeah, 460.
Close to 500,000, I thought it
Yeah.
was 490.
It's the same
It
picture as
was
last
something
time.
substantial. Anyway, so, right under here.
Alright.
And Rob Deary spoke with the auditors and confirmed that the only thing that we can actually spend it on is debt service. The issue this year though, in 2019, is that we do not know when we exactly are going to be receiving the money. So because of that, this agreement that the board already talked about is, we're suggesting that this get put into place. When we receive the money, hopefully, so for the 2020 budget, we will be in a position to take and adjust the levy for this district because we will have funds to offset some of the debt service.
What did Rob think of my suggestion that we might be able to give people a rebate for this year?
We need to talk to council about that, and I'm thinking that Nick is scheduled to come in on Friday, and that's the day we would be discussing whether or not we can give rebates.
Okay.
Alright?
The issue, but we'll.
Okay, well, we were new to the issue too, that's why we figured we'd bounce it
Good,
over.
on Friday, excellent.
Okay, I will have a set of organizational minutes. If the board remembers, our organizational meeting is the first meeting of every year, so it's going to be Wednesday, January 2nd. It's a very formulaic sort of meeting where you're given, you know, I hate to use the word script, but there are certain things that we cover every year. And so it involves adopting Robert's Rules of Order, setting the water rates,
Newspaper.
right, official
Marriage
newspaper.
officer.
Yeah, marriage officer, as the case may be. Good, thanks.
How's that going?
It's coming along next week.
Yeah?
See, no, you said we don't, anyway. So,
You gotta practice?
Yeah, I wrote
yeah,
down the script
absolutely.
for my best friend's birthday.
Okay, so I will have that for the board because I wanna make sure that if there's any questions that we have them, we have an opportunity to explain everything. Also, at that point, we do take and adopt the procurement policy, and because we are seeking to revise the procurement policy this year as our overhaul of all of our policies and procedures, I was hoping to get that to you sooner rather than later, so any questions that came up, we're thinking about like raising the bottom limits. Our procurement policy, I think, has been in effect since 1994. And so you know,
Good threshold.
really low,
Yeah.
low. Yeah, so we're seeking to come to
That's good.
a happy resolution about raising that. So Diana has been working on, Caparelli has been working very hard on that. So hopefully we'll have that to present to you as well. Goals and objectives, just because I'm actually waiting for the update from Sabrina on the diversion. There was a big meeting 2 weeks ago, a week ago?
Yeah.
Was it just last week? And she has an update to the board, so I was hoping to fold that into the goals and objectives so that the board would have all of that information in one spot. General, revised general policies, I wanted to highlight for the board two in particular. One is a new investment policy. The board's also was pretty, it also came from the state comptroller's office, but there have been significant revisions since the last time it was adopted, so we got the most up-to-date one from the state comptroller's office. And so we're gonna ask the board to take and adopt that revised policy, along with the tuition policy. We started to talk about it last week, or 2 weeks ago, when we went through to any further thoughts on refinements, anything?
Something to put in here? Yep, it's here.
Yes, great.
What changes?
I think I'm in the minority, I still feel like 5 years is too long. Jeremy's nodding, he's like, yeah, you are, just be quiet.
You're gonna really disagree.
But I thought we were going to stagger it,
Right, for paying back, like,
for paying it back, to say that if you leave within the first
50,
3
75.
years, you have to pay
Right.
back it all, and then afterward it was
Right.
50, whatever it was.
Okay, so within.
I thought it was was it 2 years you had to
I don't
pay
think
it
we, I
all
don't
back,
think we
and
decided,
then?
we just bantered about it.
Yeah, I think we may not have come up with something
Yeah, no, we
specific,
did.
but,
Yeah.
so we could look to guidance for that, but to stagger it, to
How about
say-
this, Ivy, if you think 5 is too long, how about the first 3 years is 50%? I mean, 100%, pardon me, and then after that, it goes to 50 to 25%?
Sliding scale,
Yeah, it should be a sliding scale.
I like that you're,
80.
I like that this is a give and take.
Because we need your vote.
Everything's a give and take.
You are the deciding vote, what do I need to do?
100, 80, 60, 40, 20. Sliding
No, I
scale.
think it should be more than 1
To
year.
vote Paris, have cheaper premium.
I think
What do
it
you
should
mean
be
more
more
than
than 1 year at 100%.
Yo, 100%.
Right, here's the first
Should
3
be-
years.
First
But then
3
the
years.
second year,
Yeah.
you're still doing 80%, that's a lot.
No, I think it should be like the first 2 or 3 years is 100%.
Okay, so
We don't
3
wanna
years,
give them a
100%?
master's degree and then they leave
Yeah,
after.
3 years, 100%, and then we go to 50 to 25, how do you like
Right,
that?
okay, doesn't matter, I don't care.
All good?
Is that good?
I actually
Yeah.
can't comment on it.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
actually can't comment on it, like, can we,
Why not?
Why not?
I haven't read it.
It's these 4 paragraphs.
Doesn't
It's,
stop me. I've been doing this for 5 years.
as a benefit
you finished seeing
to
it?
town
No, you didn't.
employees who are non-union employees, the ability to have their schooling paid for by the town. And we have for some time, as we've been reviewing
The short answer is they can leave without paying
promotions and
it back,
people
we don't want that to
leaving,
happen.
we've said in the past, geez, it's just sort of a shame someone's leaving if we've paid for their schooling. So we had a conversation at one point about, should we ask for the money back?
I got it.
And so,
You know, we're
When
paying
this
for
was
someone to get a
initially
graduate
proposed, I
degree,
said I
they can
thought-
take the degree and
So
walk
they
out
have
the
to
door.
stay here for 3 years, otherwise if
For
they pay
example.
100% back, if they say 5 years, they have to pay 50% back.
Oh,
And after
whatever.
that, nothing, well, my
Right,
life,
5
so
years,
we
well,
take
that's
5 years.
fine, I'm totally fine with the concept.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm sure there's standards.
Before the eye,
I don't know, businesses have already figured this out, like what's a reasonable return on the investment that you've made in the individual and their higher level of education, so.
We hope that they're gonna love working for us enough that they won't need this, but on the off chance.
But we really don't wanna pay him enough, though.
okay.
Alright, well, you know what, fringe benefits.
thank you, that was my point.
Well, that's what actually.
actually, we were doing
I think we're fine with the payments and they're more than welcome to pay for their own education, but,
at a loan and a percent, rate.
So the next is, so I will take and revise that accordingly. The next was the award of the bid for the full service uniforms and as part of our union contract, I know, we go through
Thank
union
you.
contracts, here it is, pretty fab. So,
Still beats the pricing of what's on the county backdrop.
yeah, it does,
Okay.
sorry to say.
Yeah, but what does West Point and Annapolis have to do with that?
And I don't see it, but we have the, okay, we'll go through it. Did we have a payment from Diana?
yeah,
Yes,
it came
that's a
very
late-
late.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't, okay.
it's part
Oh,
of the
here it
bid.
is, yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
didn't see it, okay.
It's been,
Hamilton's in there. There's just the street opening requests, permit refunds. We have a couple of personnel things. We have a couple of summer interns that we asked if they were available over December to come back and help us do some stuff. So we've got 2 of those, actually one in administration, one in report. Jeremy, auction results for the police cars?
All right.
Price and low there.
Actually, they're pretty good. Otherwise, we would just get them for parts. They're really, by the time we walk away from them, they.
I mean, 2009 Dodge, with all due respect to Dodge, in 2009, it's, what do you expect, they've been run all over town?
All due respect to Dodge.
I have a Dodge.
I
have a
recently
Dodge.
donated my car to the Chappaqua Fire Department. where they are using it for extraction drills.
Nice.
Ooh.
I can't wait, they're gonna call me and tell me what it's going
Jaws of life.
The jaws of life from ripping my car apart.
You should go in while you're doing it.
Thank you. Wow, just like that, you can walk home tonight, Jeremy.
I was actually just texting Leslie if my car's in the
So,
parking lot, I don't know if it is.
Do we want these, do we wanna approve these resolutions? I mean, we can,
Authorization to hire summer intern, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I move to authorize the hiring of an administrative intern, Brandon Turco, at the rate of $50 per hour for a start date December 27th of this year until January 23rd, 2019.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
I move to authorize the hiring of Jack Bluestein for the position of part-time availability recreation attendant with the Recreation and Parks Department at a rate of $10 per hour to assist with basketball programs.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are we approving, yes, we're approving the sewer?
okay, I'm sorry, can we just go back and change that to $11 an hour, because that's.
Alright, I move to modify what I just,
Yep, second. Aye.
to $11 an hour.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh my god.
okay, fine, yeah, okay, good, alright, good, great, okay.
Now it's 12.
That's what,
At the end of the year, January
there
first.
wasn't an effective date on that.
Yeah, I think cause it's now.
By the time this meeting ends, it'll be 15.
Excuse me, we're not yielding any time to the gentleman from Apple Tree Close. I move to approve the entry in the IMA for sewer district number
God,
1
you wanna be a son.
in King Greeley Sewer District in accordance with the terms and conditions of the agreement for a term of 5 years.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Keep going,
I
I'm
would
not
move
reading.
to accept the results of the auction, international auction, that ended on November 28th of this year in accordance with the below table.
Second.
All in favor?
I move to approve the appointment of claims, the amount of $535,978.43, listed on the summary pre-check writing report and detailed voucher detail report, each prepared on December 4th, which was today. Checks will be issued or mailed to each claimant individually, and as listed on December 5th of this same year.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to authorize list of street opening bonds at 58A JVD Industries Limited in the amount of $750. The work was completed and is within the town's satisfaction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to authorize the DPW bid as reflected here to the Varsity Army Navy in the Bronx, aggregate amount of $4,306.
For $16.
Ooh, thanks for the catch.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move for Lisa to do this one.
Okay, so wait one second, so this is an end of year budget adjustments.
Right.
So, there are a couple of different resolutions that come down the pipe. This resolution addresses non-contingency transfers. So, Rob Deary, at some point, probably either last meeting of the year or first meeting in January, will present the board with a detailed resolution that moves money out of contingency into specific budget lines. And that needs specific board approval. This is for just like within a budget line itself, so within administration, if we overspent
On
dues.
pencils.
Yes, but we didn't overspend.
We underspend on paper.
Right, we give Rob the ability to take and just move the money around within those departments to create a balanced budget. Okay, that's it. Just wanna
Okay,
make sure everybody knew.
so whereas the town controller is responsible for the orderly recording of all finances associated with the operation of the town, resolved in order to close the financial records for the year ending December 31st, 2018, certain budget adjustments, transfers, and amendments may be required with the exception of transfers from the contingency accounts, which must have specific town board approval. And whereas this board wishes to provide the controller with the authorization to perform all necessary budget adjustments, transfers, and amendments in order to produce a balanced budget for 2018. Now therefore be it resolved, the town controller is hereby authorized to make all necessary adjustments, transfers, and amendments with the exception to transfers from the contingency account to the 2018 operating budget revenue and expenditure accounts required to produce a balanced budget. And further resolve, the town controller shall report all of these adjustments, transfers, and amendments to the town board as they are made for review and ratification.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I make a motion to go into executive session.
Yeah, I just
Second.
have like 2 or 3 things for you
All in
guys
favor?
and that's really.
Yeah, I
For,
think it's gonna be really short.
For advice of counsel
Aye.
and personnel.
Okay,
And contracts,
so we're gonna go into executive session, guys.
okay?
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.